Welcome back to the Pen Podcast. This is episode 35, and continuing on from our movie reviews, like we did from American Psycho last time, we're moving on to Evil Dead 2013, the remake slash reboot of the original. It's generally the same story as the original Evil Dead, with different it does stuff differently, but it's like all the I noticed the components of the first movie. Like, oh, okay, I see what they did there and there and there and there. But enough of that. My co-host Schmedward, how we doing today?
We're here. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of interested because you have the background of seeing the first one, or the original, which I have not. So that'll be
Mm-hmm.
good to understand. So,
Very
yep.
excited, but we are gonna jump into how we're doing and what we've been playing. Then we can jump into this movie review. How we doing today, Eddie? What you been playing?
Let's see. Doing okay. Worked, and then I went to dinner with some friends, and our one friend Bailey is moving away, far, far away across the whole country. So, good luck to him. And yeah, so that was cool. Got to see them, and then I came home, and I'm here doing the pod. And then what have I been playing? I'm just being trash at Counter Strike. That's it. And yeah, it's like such a toxic experience because like the game is so fucking hard, and it's so hard to get good. And
Yeah.
like I've like 200 hours in it, and like I'm still bad. Like
No.
I'm fucking awful. So like you know um yeah, I just really need to like make a commitment or something to get good. But
Get good.
yeah, it's tough. It's tough, hard, challenging stuff. So yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. Been let's see.
Try any of
Where's my phone?
those games I recommended.
No, I have them written down in a Google Doc, but I haven't gotten to them yet. Let's see. What was I gonna say? I had um I've been listening to Kate Bush, she has that song in Stranger Things that blew up last summer,
Oh,
Running Up That Hill.
nah. Gone, I've gone,
Yeah.
gone.
I started listening to her other albums, and she's got some like very interesting music, and I implore everybody and Zach, you
Mm-hmm.
should check it out. I think it's pretty cool. It's definitely weird, but
Mm-hmm.
it's good stuff. So yeah, give it a shot if you're
Oh,
interested.
okay, Kate
But
Bush. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's been me lately. What about you? How's it going?
It's been going good. Speaking of movies, or television shows, last night, girlfriend and I went to go see Suzume in
Okay.
theaters. It's like this, it's an anime movie,
Oh, okay.
but
Yep.
pretty good.
Rad.
I liked it. Yeah, it had nice score. A particular like chime that they always use in the movies, like do 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 do.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Nice.
I recommend. So you don't like that art style, so I don't know if I can't recommend it to you.
It depends sometimes. Yeah.
Uh, I think I think you'd like it.
Okay.
Possibly down the line. We'll see.
Yeah.
There's definitely
We'll see.
other anime movies I'd recommend for you to watch before that one,
Yeah.
for sure. But I've been playing literally just Midnight Suns. Like that game is so fun. I enjoy it so much. I just unlocked Captain America.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
Exciting.
dude. Like all of their there's not one character I wouldn't use. Like I don't stay away from one character, and I have like 10 unlocked right now, I think.
Okay. What character?
No, no, there's no character I would stay away
Oh.
from. Like I just
Oh, okay.
I
I
like
was like,
playing all of them. And
I thought you were saying you're on that one
oh no.
die hard. Yeah.
like there's main story missions where I have to include the player character, the hunter,
Mm-hmm.
but other side missions I can include any three heroes I want, and
Right.
so I try to like keep all of them at the same level, which is
Nice.
takes it occupies my time that I enjoy very
Yeah.
much. And so like,
Awesome.
and like there's season pass that comes with Deadpool, Venom,
Nice.
Morbius, and then
Ooh.
Storm.
Morbius. Everyone hated that movie.
Everyone did not like that movie,
That's
but
funny.
man, I think if it, when the season pass goes on sale, I think I'm gonna get that
Nice.
'cause I
Hell
just
yeah.
love that game. Like I don't think
Pop the
I don't
Morbius skin.
yeah I don't remember a feeling like I have to play this like when I get home like every day kind of game,
Hell yeah. That's good. It's good to have that drive to
right? Like
like,
it's
oh
like that
shit. Yeah.
Minecraft drive we get.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, oh man, I gotta
Yeah.
go build when I get home. Yeah.
The last time I think I felt this way like to play this game like because I just I want to get like beat it. I'm trying to think. But I had the same exact feeling the last time I think was like Triangle Strategy,
Oh wow.
or
Okay.
even on the later half of Persona 4 Golden. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's peak. I gotta keep
This
playing
is
this.
GOAT.
But yeah, glad I found this game. Don't like that I held out this long to play it, cause man, the card thing really drew me away at first,
Yeah.
but mm, peak peak stuff, and it's Marvel, and there
Solid.
might be a season pass 2. I want this game.
Nice.
I don't think we'll get a sequel to this game, unfortunately, because it didn't
Yeah.
do incredible sales numbers.
Right.
But if we can get a season pass 2, mm,
I would at least give it a little more longevity.
yeah. And I still have like those season pass characters too. That like if I beat the game, I'll
Hmm.
do it again with those characters
With all the new
involved,
ones. There's
right?
more replayability.
More
So that's good.
replayability. And
Yeah.
then I have Jedi Survivor. And then
Yep.
I bought the Guardians of the Galaxy game because of the movie.
Hmm.
So like I'm gonna be set for a while.
He's rolling in the
And
games.
then Diablo 4 that comes out too.
Yes.
I
Yep.
can play that with my girlfriend, and I want to know like if you can play local co-op with somebody like in the same room, and also online they can join another person's
Oh
game.
yeah.
And
Right.
it might be they can join you, but you can't join them
Join
in
them.
co-op.
Huh. I
But
wonder.
yeah, Diablo 4. I
That's
remember the.
cool.
Do you remember in high school when we all binged that like week
Yeah.
or two?
It was a great time. I love that game. Diablo 3 was fantastic. Everyone
Fantastic.
hated it because like they had the experience of playing Diablo 2 before, but we never did
Yeah.
because we're not old enough to have seen those games.
Not
So,
us, man. It was also on PC. It was like I'm not gonna boot up a
yeah.
Diablo 2 on my computer.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Um, Eddie and I just recently watched The Evil Dead, so it's more fresh in our minds, so we can discuss
Yep.
about it.
Hmm.
And I think I want to do so. I want to go through what I wrote down for my notes,
Okay.
and then we can go into the doc I have that like goes through like the kind
Hold
of
that
questions we
open.
want to ask. Grab that.
Yes. I do have like a meme theory about this movie that I
Okay.
came up with. I'll say that at the end. It's
Oh.
definitely like, yeah, it's
Okay.
silly,
All
but
right.
I think it's funny.
All right.
Uh,
Ready to dive in?
me- all right, I'm ready. We are ready.
All right. So I got so the movie opens on a gruesome burning and killing of a woman.
Correct. Yes.
And did you expect that woman to be like, I'll kill your soul. I'll kill your soul.
Yeah, she's like screaming at her dad.
Yeah.
Like
Did you
until
expect that turn?
until right before she switched voices, I was like, holy shit, like maybe the dad is like part of some cult and
Yeah,
he's like fucking insane or some shit.
that's what I was thinking.
Um, because he definitely had the Dahmer vibe with the big clear glasses and the kind of the serial murder haircut. Like I was like, oh, like this guy's awful, but I was wrong. So no, I definitely missed that one for sure. Yeah, I was. Did you like? I mean, it sounded like you had the kind of the same sentiment. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, at first I was like, "Oh my god, dude, why are they like they, these two dudes just kidnapped this woman?"
Yeah, they fucking smacked her in the head with that gun butt.
I know. I was
Like
like,
that was like, bam!
okay,
I'm like, holy shit.
this is some hick
Yeah.
shit right now, or what's
Yeah,
going
he's like, we
on?
got the bitch
We
or
got the
something.
bitch.
Yeah, yeah,
But like when he was pouring lighter fluid on her, I was like, oh, okay,
yeah.
this is
Oh, you got it way earlier than I did. I was up to like the last second when she was like,
yeah,
I just want to go home.
yeah. When she was saying that, I was like, oh,
Yeah,
it's that thing the demons do. Like
yeah,
they'll switch back to like
yeah,
the actual person,
yep,
to like lure, to like make them weak and like give in, vulnerable.
yep,
And she's
correct.
like,
Yeah.
I like your soul, I like your soul.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then burned. Yeah.
Right from my tell, like the whole movie it's more dark colors. Like it's like all kind
It
of
is
grim.
very dark. I love the coloring in it. It was quite nice. Yeah.
Yeah, very very dull, grim colors,
Yeah.
but not to where I couldn't see what was going on, which is good.
Yeah. They did a good job by the setting was dark and the themes were dark. Like the visual themes were dark, but like the what would I say? They would contrast very heavily with like the characters, like they would all stick out like very
Mm-hmm.
brightly. Like um I need to remember their names. Hold
So
on.
we Olivia,
I'll just pull
David,
up in the regular music page.
Mia. Wait, you talking about the characters in the movie?
Yeah. Um,
All right, so
yeah,
Natalie,
so
Olivia, David,
yeah.
Mia, and Eric.
Yeah, so Natalie would be the first one I'd pick out because like she wore like kind of that what I'd say. It's like a kind of that brown dress and she had a lot of hair and it was blonde and like she contrasted really heavily from the house and like the outside and I think they did that with all the characters like even the teacher guy was like they stick out with their outfits and I thought
Yeah.
that was a cool little visual aspect to it.
Yeah, so
So yeah,
it's like a little camera work sort of thing, like
yeah,
focus on them, then
yeah.
you look at anybody else, which is good
The eye
because
draws to the colors.
yeah, and
Yeah.
this movie is like you want to be focusing on the characters
Yes.
because we got the first look at the Deadites or the demon. Like in the past, in the first like three movies, they were called like Deadites.
Okay. Interesting.
And but what did you think of how like the eyes? What do you think of the eyes and like how like it looks?
Yeah, man. The eyes were fucking pretty intense. I think the eyes were probably the let me think about it. Yeah, the eyes are sometimes the vulgar language of the demons were probably the most intense part about them. Um, yeah, like I, it's kind of this one's kind of funny, but like
Yeah, I know what
when
you're talking about.
Mia's in the basement
Yeah.
and
David
she's
just
at the bottom of the stairs, she's like, "Come down here so I can suck that cock, pretty boy." I was like, "What the fuck?"
I just saw that I saw that like voice with the what is it called, the sound on a TikTok
Uh,
where it's like in a
yeah,
zombie apocalypse when and it's your
it's definitely
girlfriend's
a
her.
memeable moment for
Yeah,
sure.
it's like
That was
let me suck your cock,
pretty
pretty
funny.
boy.
Pretty boy.
Yeah, that was I didn't know that was from that movie, so I was like
What?
oh I get it,
Yeah,
I know where that's from.
yeah. But even like less like in a less memey context where um I can't remember the demon via talking through Mia was like what was she saying? Or maybe it was the first girl, I don't know, but she was like she's like, your sister's being raped in hell. Like that was like, whoa, like that's super. Some of the wording was like really powerful, like
Oh
really
yeah.
spooky,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like really, what would I say? Really, yeah, just vulgar, like I said a minute
Very
ago.
vulgar. Yeah,
Just
it
like
was.
really like wow,
I
like
I I enjoy what they're saying. Like it's kind of funny how
yeah,
they and they definitely used more sensitive words in this movie than like the first one. Because the first one, like they'll say like I'm gonna eat your soul. I
yeah,
don't know if they ever said fuck or like shit. I'm pretty sure they
yeah.
did,
Hmm.
but maybe definitely in Evil Dead 2 they might have. But let me move on. I said the cursing and the foul words are a nice touch. I enjoyed when they were saying that stuff.
That's a good point. Yep.
But
Agree.
the well, as soon as they pulled up to the cabin, I'm like, dude, I wrote cabin just looks like murder.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I
wow.
thought it I thought it looked too dingy at first. I was like, there isn't
Yeah.
enough here. Like,
It's like way bigger on the inside.
but I think when they revealed the that it had a shower, like a shower room and the basement, that kind of made the house a little more interesting. Because like when I see a shack like that on the outside, like I'm expecting like a main room and like a bedroom. That's like it. But like there were, the bathroom is always like a very essential thing to me if you want to like really make me uncomfortable because like bathrooms are very sterile and there's a
Yeah.
lot of glass in bathrooms and there's water and like I don't know, that just makes me that makes me upset. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Dude, there are points in this movie where I was like, ah, oh my god.
yeah,
I was like touching my head. I was like, no, dude.
yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, yeah,
There's
there's definitely,
a lot of cameos from the first movie. When we first meet Mia when she's sitting on the car, that is like the same model car that they used
oh,
in the first movie, like driving to the
okay,
place and everything while all the
oh,
friends were.
sure, okay,
What else? There's parts from I wouldn't I don't know about the third movie, but from the first two movies there was parts from it like when Natalie's hand got all fucked and infected.
oh, it
She
was
cut
like
off her
rotting,
yeah, she cut off
yeah,
her hand. That's from the second
yeah,
movie,
okay,
and but like it was different. I won't spoil. Like I want you to watch Evil Dead 2.
yeah,
This movie contrasts so much what the first two and three Evil Dead movies are. Like it's just way more. The first three are like a blend of horror and like slapstick kind of comedy,
oh,
with it gradually going from horror centric to slapstick centric.
funny,
So like first Evil Dead 1981, like I would say like 70% horror, 30% slapstick. Evil Dead
funny,
2,
okay,
it's like 60% horror, 40% slapstick. Peak though, like that's like it's like the peak one. That's like my favorite one. And then the
yeah,
third one's just called. It's not called Evil Dead 3. It's called Army of Darkness.
oh, okay,
That's like 70% slapstick, 30% horror sort of thing. But like
totally
yeah,
switching the
but
spectrum,
yeah, but it's like their movies like more of like that 80s sort of
yeah,
one-liners, sort of like
yeah, yeah,
whatever, baby, sort of thing.
yeah, yeah,
But I
yeah, I know
enjoyed it.
you,
I enjoyed the
yeah.
third movie, but let's keep going to the remake. I was like, I already don't like the girl with the sweater. Like before she was possessed, like Mia, like I
Oh,
hated her,
Mia.
dude. Her like attitude,
Um,
her character. I don't know what it was, but like her acting before that,
y-
I just didn't like it.
yeah, I think she rides like a weird middle point in between. Like she's supposed to be an addict, but she's the least convincing addict I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was like, ah, okay,
Um,
that's supposed to be an. And then when she was like going
like
through her withdrawal, she was like, ah!
yeah, it was just like too much. Like it was not convincing. Like there was no
Yeah.
the desperation was not there. And like also in her appearance, like she looked,
Mm-hmm.
she's an
Did not.
attractive young woman. No evidence, like she has no track marks on her arm. Like she's a heroin addict. Like heroin addicts don't look healthy. You know what I mean? Like
No, they don't look like that.
no,
So
like
wasn't
a
convincing.
person who's addicted to something like that is like wasting away. Like they are in pain. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like Uh-uh.
Mm.
So
Well, and a nice touch too. Mia is like we see her first like drawing like a sketchbook, and that's like that's David's sister.
yeah.
It's same thing in the first movie. The main character Ash, is whose sister comes with them on the trip,
Okay.
also draws and stuff like that too.
Yep.
Nice nod. It's just nice. By the one after, I already said I already don't like the girl with the sweater. I wrote in all
Hmm.
caps, I do not like Mia. And at this point is when she like when she was like, I have to get out of here. I just can't do it here anymore. I just can't. And she like
Yeah.
dips out the window and like I was like,
Yeah.
oh god, I was like, I make
She
her
was
possessed
very
already.
unconvincing. Like I think the best thing that she did in that light was like when she was in the room right after the thorns, right?
Yeah,
And David goes in there and he sits on the bed and she like with her eyes like
yeah.
she's like
That's
there's somebody in here.
yeah. That's when I
That
was
was
like,
legitimately upsetting. Like
yeah.
that was
That's
good.
when the acting was like, all right, now this
Yeah.
is interesting.
Yeah.
Now it's good.
But till then, like Jesus, like
I was like, oh my god, just get
she's
possessed
just
already.
whiny, unconvincing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wrote attitude is awful, right? But now
Yeah.
she leaves. She crashes her car. Freaking gets like tree raped, and then now she's
Yeah,
possessed.
dude, when the fucking vine
Yeah,
slithered up, oh my God, that was pretty fucking
and
crazy.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
like uncomfortable, like because it was going
Yeah. Yeah,
up
well,
in
dude,
her.
in the camera, I thought the best thing is like I think I don't know if this is like a filmmaking technique, but I think um like from a costume design perspective, like if you put women in dresses, it makes them appear more vulnerable, especially in a horror, because like there's less like protection. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
I don't
see
know if you
that.
know what I mean.
I can see
Um,
that.
so I think like when she's like all tied up in the thorns and shit, there's one cut right before the vine starts like going up her leg where it just shows her legs are like dangling apart
Yeah,
and it makes you think like, oh my God, the fucking vine is gonna slip. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I thought that was awesome. I thought, I mean, it's not
yeah.
awesome,
That's
but like, I thought the way that they designed that scene was awesome. Yeah.
I don't know if they use like practical effects. It didn't look like it was like computer generated. Like it didn't look like CGI. It's like they somehow made it
Mm-mm.
physically like
Yeah.
I was like that's also
Yeah.
something that happens in the first Evil Dead.
Mm.
Which but like not to this extent, not to where it's like
Yeah.
going up, but it's
Yeah.
still uncomfortable in the
Right.
first movie too.
Yeah.
Let's see. I said I can already before it happened. I was like, can already see how the group will see her possession as drug withdrawals.
Yeah. They think, yeah, you
And I was,
called that for sure.
and I was
Yeah. I
like,
didn't
oh,
really
it's
think
clean.
about that too far in. I was like, until the, uh, probably until the car where she's like driving and like she
Mm-hmm.
hit the demon. I was like, what's going on? You know?
Yeah,
So
from your perspective, like you didn't know what the fuck was going
I
on,
had
like
no
as soon as
idea.
that
Yeah, I was
happened.
like,
Yeah,
what? Yeah.
but then what do you think about the Book of the Dead?
Um, like what do you mean? Like what do I think about it? Like
As like it's a plot point how like
as a
reading these passages
mm,
on awakens this evil. What do you think about
I
that?
thought it was be 100% honest, I thought it was super cliche and I thought it was I don't want to say weak, but I kind of want to say weak at developing from the state of we're at a cabin trying to fix this girl's drug problem to everyone's dying. Like I thought it was like it's
Yeah,
too convenient because that happens every time.
yeah. See, I didn't like
I mean,
how.
like, yeah,
Oh gosh, sorry. Yeah, you were fast forwarded, but I didn't like how the main motivation to go into the cabin was for the the drug addiction, and then it turned into this. Like,
yeah,
it's like I was like, oh, it's like way too sort of like you said, convenient. Like
yeah.
how they did it in the
It's
first movie was
mhm,
they were just all going there for like a trip, right? They're just
Okay.
getting away, you know.
Right.
And they're like, oh yeah, we got this cabin for super cheap, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And like, oh, then you see what happens, and
Yeah.
it's more convincing in the first movie, like
Yeah.
their motivations of going there and like what happens at the
Yeah.
turn of events.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I like the aesthetic of that Book of the Dead. How it's like all the pages were scribbled and fucking.
Mm.
It's like
Um.
they never say what the origins of the book. Besides, like I know the subtitles. I was watching the subtitles, and in the first in the opening act, opening scene, there were that lady was like talking to the guy in Welsh.
Interesting. Huh.
In what country of origin do they speak Welsh?
Wales. It's like a little tiny country. It's in the United Kingdom, so like it's next to England, but it's like a little baby country. It's pretty small.
Uh, hold on, I'm doing something. All right, yeah, but in the first movie, I think they made it something up, but it was like a Kandarian demon sort of thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder why they chose Welsh. I don't know. Welsh, I mean, from like a sound standpoint, Welsh is a pretty weird language. It sounds odd. It does sound odd.
Yeah,
Um,
I
but like regionally, like that makes no sense to where they are. Like they're
well,
not,
yeah, no,
yeah.
I, I don't think they're
Yeah.
in Welsh. It seems like
No,
they're
they're
in
definitely
America.
not. Yeah, they gotta be. Yeah. I mean, they're all American and like the landscape is very American. The architecture is very American, I highly doubt that they're in England.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like, why those people like were there? We don't even know where this cabin is.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, like, good. Leave it up to be like mysteries. Like, okay, they just
Yeah.
went straight to the point where these people are at a cabin,
Yeah.
and you don't know where it is. You don't know where this book, what the origin of this book is, or where it comes from.
Right.
Which it adds to it, but like with seeing the first movie, I was like, it's like this weird, like why this cult? They made it to where it's like a cult book kind of thing, and I was like,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it did seem like at the very beginning I was like, "Oh, I'm convinced this is a cult movie."
yeah,
Like, but
that's
it's
when it.
not.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like kind of misleads you in that.
And it's also not really like I mean, it is like a spiritual like possession vibe, but like um it wasn't really like there was no like shaman character, like weird old lady character that like
Mm-hmm.
that said don't read it.
Yeah.
So there was no like yeah, there's no character like that. And it just like it just kind of annoyed me when I was like, "Oh, here we go. The curious fellow decides to read this." Like I was like, "Come on, like,
Right.
you
I
know."
know. When he starts reading the passages, I was like, okay,
Yeah, he's
so
just like
I
he looks at the page, do not read, and then he does it anyway. Like I
yeah,
know that's supposed to make the audience be like, "Oh my God, no," but it's just like, "Oh my God, why?"
yeah, the
So,
motivation for him to read it was just, man,
yeah,
that looks pretty
because he
interesting. I don't know.
exactly. He has no like, he could have had like some sort of vengeful motivation. Like maybe he wants to cause ill upon these people around him, but like that's not there. Like he doesn't have any like inferiority where like he feels left out and he's like searching for some kind of way to have power.
Yeah.
He has nothing. Like there's no motivation for him to read that other than like he's a teacher and he's curious.
Yeah,
Like I thought that was kind of
his
silly.
he's a teacher, and his motivation for coming here is for Mia's drug addiction. So him reading that book was like just pure curiosity. Was just like, okay,
Yeah,
but
it's just like why? Like and especially to read it out loud after it says,
do not
do
read. Do
not.
not.
I mean,
It's
come
like
on.
do not read, do not write, do not repeat, or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely the motivations are weird. Let me
That was
see.
a little silly.
And
Yeah.
then after Mia gets like possessed and her
Yep.
acting kind of switches on to where it's good
Yep.
now.
Yep.
I wrote
Did get a lot better.
I wrote not the dog, sad face.
Oh, poor grandpa.
What
R.I.P. grandpa.
what a name too.
Yeah. That was a like I can't remember how she killed it.
with a hammer.
Because he picks it. Oh, the hammer. That's right. He looks at it. It's on the floor and it's got blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hammer. So it
Um,
was.
call me weird, but like I think to have made that death more impactful, rather than just showing her face while she's doing it, I wish they would have showed it. You know what I mean? I don't know how that's like you can show that in a movie or not,
I
but like
mean, I don't know, but
I need
for
like after seeing Terrifier 2, which I know I told you about, but
yeah,
like you haven't seen it. After seeing that, like you can really push violence, like and it works. Like if you really show some fucking horrible shit, like it really can make you sick. Like
dude,
takes a lot to make me sick like that, but like
there are some
whew,
there are some horrible. I haven't seen Terrifier 2, but there's some fucked up shit that they do in this movie. But like to kill
yeah,
the dog,
there were points where it was getting it was like tasting Terrifier 2. It was like
yeah,
tasting it.
yeah,
Like
yeah, dude. I was like,
ooh, yeah,
but
yeah,
kills a dog.
yeah.
For
That was still sad though. I was sad.
I don't know, motivation to just kill it. I guess. No animals die in like the original Evil Dead movies. So it's like
Yeah.
it was weird to just kill the dog like that. I don't know. I
I
was like,
think from like a movie making perspective, one, that's like the easiest way to make the audience really sad and like more emotionally invested. Because like, have you seen Smile? No?
no,
Okay. Um, an animal dies in that movie, and it made me cry in the theater because it was horrible. But like that's like an easy way to increase the emotional investment in the audience. Like if we
true.
get like outside of the movie, you know.
But like, if the dog was going to defend, somebody from Mia, and then like Mia like kills the dog, I would have been like,
Mm.
oh,
Oh,
I would have been. It would
yeah.
have made me felt. But we just see the dog dead,
Yeah,
and so I was
right.
like, I mean, you could have done more at that. I'm sad, but like,
Yeah,
it's kind of a let's
yeah.
just get rid of this dog so we don't have to worry about it as a plot point kind of thing.
I agree. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Yeah. They kind of use them as an emotional cannonball, but there's no like reference or uh background or anything.
No,
Yeah.
and we see the dog once
Yeah.
before he dies. So
Literally, yeah, one time. Yeah, it's just like a splash and then it's gone. It never like what?
yeah.
That's a good
And
point.
they
Yeah.
don't
I
even
think
mention that
that's
like the dog's dead. Only David
yeah.
knows the dog's dead.
Yeah, 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 you're right. He just walks in the house, Mia, and he's like knocking on the door. He doesn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't even tell anybody. That's crazy, bro. What the
Uh,
fuck?
yeah, but
Because yeah, after he confronts her in the shower, that's when the action really starts. So they have no
yeah,
time to mention the dog.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
so that's a total
we'll just throw away.
loss.
Just
Yeah. That's a good point, dude. I didn't even really think about it like that.
mhm. So that what like Eddie said, this is where like the action starts snowballing. And so
Yeah,
I like Mia better possessed. I like the gruesome gore.
I agree.
Her
Yeah,
possessed was
I
like
think
the best part of this movie.
yeah,
Just
I
her like
think
actions and her mannerisms.
yeah,
Ooh, peak
I think she's a
scene
very
activity.
contorted and she crawls and
Yeah.
shit. Like, yeah, that's rad.
I feel
I
like
think
they're
she does
looking for
pretty good.
that first and then acting skills.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, yeah, that's it. It keeps going. Very good demon acting, right?
I
Dude,
agree.
what a
Great vocals.
what a terrible shot though. Like Mia was
Yeah,
all the time in the world,
point blank with a shotgun, bro.
and then just grazes David's shoulder
Yeah, like on the edge, like
on the
not even
edge,
enough to hurt him.
and
Yeah, like
not enough to
way
hurt
over
him, but
here.
like he's still bleeding, but it's just never like
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
pointed to afterwards.
literally. Yeah, like yeah, the gunshot. Like I was looking for someone to get their whole stomach blown open.
Yeah, like all
Like
right, someone dying right now. I was like, damn, it's
yeah,
pretty early, but someone's dying right now.
yeah.
But nah.
Like I thought that was like a shotgun at that range is gonna destroy anything in its path, like anything.
Yeah, and even the door that like like the wall that she shot like behind David barely phased. So like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
dust.
What kind of what kind of shells were in that shotgun?
Literally, yeah. It's like some fucking airsoft BBs or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like a BB
Yeah.
shotgun.
Yeah. But shortly after that, she like vomits all over fucking Olivia.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, ugh. And even after, she's like trying to like wipe it off. You can see like the vomit chunks in her hair. It's like, oh, that's so
Yeah, that was
gross.
yeah. And it was like bloody.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about her just all over Mia, all over
All over
Olivia?
Mia. All over okay, I was gonna say. I thought like did she bite her at that point? Did she start biting people by that? No. Okay. Yeah. I think like I know like later Olivia gets some facial trauma, I'll say.
Oh yeah,
Um
I'll get to that.
yeah, but I think the vomit thing was just like a shock. Like what like this was like this scene is really developing the fact that Mia is like fucked. Like she's fucked.
Yeah.
Cuz like you cannot projectile vomit that much blood like out of
Mm-hmm.
nowhere. Like so I think that was like to create like a like this is real. Like this is real shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Hold on 1 second. All right. So the next thing we see is that like Olivia's cleaning herself off, right? And
Yeah.
she goes to like inject herself, or like is going to inject Mia with more sedatives. No.
Yeah. More of the probably like a morphine or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever they use for detox at the hospital.
And then like and then we see her like just kind of stop in her tracks, and at that point, we're like, she's possessed.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? What do you think of that moment where of how like at this point you're thinking, all right, that makes sense on how why now she's possessed because she just got like vomited all up in herself. That makes sense to
Yeah.
you?
I actually didn't really I didn't even think about that until you just said that. The vomit is what made her take the demon, right?
Not take it, but like share. Like not now she's
Share.
infected.
Okay.
Now she's
Okay.
possessed.
So it's more of like an infection rather than a transfer.
Yeah,
Okay.
because me is still
Yeah, I didn't even
Mia.
think about that until you just said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that just blew over my my head. So, um, was that an effective way of transferring? Yeah, obviously, because I didn't notice it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that makes it more interesting when you think about it later. So I think yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And
Ah,
then
keep dropping.
and then we see her trying to cut her fucking face off.
Yeah,
I was like,
that okay,
oh
bro.
my fucking
When
god.
she's
Yeah.
like, and you can't see her face, and she's just shaking,
Yeah.
bro. That was a lot.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was that was fucked up.
And then Eric
Yeah,
finds her and he's like, why the fuck would you do that? And then slips on
yeah.
her face, dude. I was like, ugh.
Oh yeah, the chunk.
Dude,
Yeah, and he like
oh.
hits his back on the toilet. Yeah.
I was like, holy
Oh, and
shit.
then the next part I forgot. Oh God,
Yeah, dude. Yep.
the needle.
Yeah, all dude takes the needle and just stabs the hell out of
Bro, through
Eric.
his glasses, like being a
Oh.
glasses wearer, like that is like legit fear to like have a like and it went below it. I thought it
Uh
went in it, and I was like,
yeah, dude,
oh
and
my
you can see
God,
Eric taking the needle out of his like
pulls it
I was
out.
like, oh, I was like, oh,
Mm-mm.
that's when I wrote I'm starting to
Mm-mm.
get I'm like I'm getting anxious. I was like,
Yeah, at that
oh,
point, like, yeah, that was like the first point where I was like, oh my God, this is like really awful. Like, ooh, yeah,
yeah, I was like, oh
yeah.
my god.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Yeah, needles are
yeah.
long needles are.
I wrote
eh.
Olivia Jokered herself.
She did. She went right straight to there
Yeah, I was like, that's a
first.
weird way to cut your face off, but
Yeah. I was thinking more of like a
I
skinning,
was like,
you like cut around.
it was like,
Yeah. But she was just going.
yeah, I was like, oh my god. And I wrote, holy
Like
fuck.
brushing her teeth with the glass shard.
Yeah, I was like, oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess yeah, true. She had a glass shard to work with, not like a knife.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like
I wrote
bleh.
next I wrote very good makeup and prop work. Prop work.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like
Yes.
what they did, the face and everything. I was like, oh my
Mm,
gosh, it's so good.
yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah, those makeup people are pretty credible.
yeah, so then at that point, David comes in and and Eric was able to push Olivia off and like takes a huge ass chunk out of the toilet.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
the big porcelain
then
and just
uses the big porcelain
yeah.
chunk to just fuck Mia
Were
up,
they like
fuck Olivia up.
dating the
No,
teacher and him?
no, they're all friends. I think
Well, David and Natalie were dating
David and
because he'd
Natalie are
always
dating, and I think there
yeah.
was something with David and Olivia,
That's what I kept thinking
but there
because like they
wasn't.
were in the same room like really early and like I think they showed up together. So like
Yeah,
I kept wondering about that, but she died so fast. Also, I was like because Olivia's like she has darker skin tone. And I was like, "Oh, is this movie really gonna pull the black, you know,
yeah.
minority person dies first?"
Dies
And then it
first.
fucking did. Like I was like, "Bro, come on."
Yeah, I was like, oh, of the friend group, that they die first. Like
Yeah,
fuck.
like I wasn't like I don't knock the movie for doing that, but like I still think that was funny that the cliche of the minority person dies first still
Yeah.
happened. Like,
Yeah, and at that point, Eric went to go patch David up in like the tool shed, right?
yes,
And then
yeah.
it was like,
Oh, because he had the blood.
yeah,
I
that was
was
bad.
at that point, I was like, bro, there's no way this dude is alive. Like,
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, I'll
I
get to that
think,
later, but like,
yeah,
yeah. So like, he gets stabbed in like, no, it was like here, so it wasn't the heart, but like in the chest area,
yeah, he
or
was
was it the
dumping
heart?
blood, like dumping it.
No, it was on this side, wasn't it? No, it
It
was on
was
this
on
side.
his left side.
So like, wow, close to
Yeah.
his heart.
Yeah, it probably got straight up, right up to the edge, you
Yeah,
know? Yeah.
lucky. Okay. And it gets patched up, and then David tells his girlfriend Natalie, "Is like, you need sugar and water." All right, goes into the house. Terrible idea. I was like, oh my god, dude.
God
With
damn
all
it.
that's happening, he still doesn't believe that like it's like the work of like unearthly things. He just because at that
Yeah.
point he's still like, hey yo, the disease or some kind is going around right now.
Yeah. Somebody's sick. Or like he would go with the like, oh, everyone's stressed out.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like you don't start stabbing people with needles just because you're stressed out.
yeah.
Like that's fucking outrageous.
Then yeah, then Natalie gets fucking dragged into the cellar. She gets fucked up. She gets lured by Mia because she's like, "Why did you do this to me?
Why'd
Like,
you
I just
lock
helped."
me
And I mean,
here?
Natalie falls for it, because like
Yeah.
she doesn't really know Mia. It's her boyfriend's sister. So I guess she's
Yeah.
trying to help. So like that it was believable for me.
Yeah.
Uh, and then she turns, and that's when Mia bites her hand,
Yep.
right? And then comes
Yep.
and like gets
Here.
yep, it starts getting like stabbed and everything.
Eh,
Oh gosh, she
remember
takes it.
that?
Yeah, she takes like the tool, the box cutter, and just.
The fucking oh my god, it splits her tongue.
I looked away, dude. I was like, I cannot watch that.
Oh, that was tough, man. And then fucking right after, she does another one of those meme lines where she's like, "Kiss me, dirty whore," or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
Kiss me, you little
that's funny.
bitch, something like
Yeah,
that.
the fucking.
Oh, oh
Yeah,
God, could not handle
yeah,
that. That was
that is.
good.
Yeesh.
I wrote
Yeah,
Natalie's fucked now. Got dragged into cellar.
that's correct. Yeah, yeah. And then she's like demon making out with her and it's like bunch of she's like puking a bunch of black shit into her mouth and
Yeah,
like
oh, dude, I was gross. I was like, Mia split her tongue. Holy fuck.
yeah.
I was like, lots of blood and gore. Well done.
Mm,
When Natalie was going to clean her hand, and like she's
yeah.
like
Oh,
squeezing the black
the little
goop out of
maggots.
her. I was like, oh. I was like,
Mm-mm.
that is disgusting, dude. It's like
That
blood
was
and
gross.
gunk.
That was gross.
Yeah. And then we see her hand get all fucking infected and
Yeah.
everything. And I was like,
It's like
I know it's gonna happen now. Cause I
yeah.
was like, she's gonna cut her fucking arm off somehow.
Yeah.
And she
Yes.
she does. We see that and I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
With that like it that saw feels so weak too because like it has like little tiny jagged little sharp bits on it. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
And then
oh. Before that, like David goes to rescues like Natalie from the cellar, and that's when
yeah.
Mito's like, "Why don't you come down here so I can suck your cock,
Suck
pretty
my
boy?"
cock right by. Yeah.
Oh my
That was
god,
funny.
that was
That
pretty
made me
good.
laugh. Yeah.
And he locks up the cellar. Like
Yep.
I'm tired of this bitch.
Yeah. Is that when he chains it up?
Yeah, that's what he changed it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, yeah. Like, David only takes action because Natalie got hurt. Like, when everyone else got stabbed and murdered, like, it was fine. But don't be messing with my girl, dog. Don't be messing with my girl.
Right. It's like he had to see it to believe it, sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, it cuts now. Like they Eric and him, David come back into the room. Fucking sees arm cut off, and she's like, "It feels so much better." Oh my
Yeah.
god. I was like, well, like when they walk in, you can just see like the rest of her arm just
Yeah. Like,
fall off. You can just
rips
hear it.
off.
It's just. I was like, ooh,
Blip. Yeah, that was when it
disgusting.
was dangling. All I could think of is in 127 hours when he's cutting that
Oh yeah,
nerve.
dude. Oh,
Oh my God. Ooh.
oh
Yeesh.
god.
Yeah,
And so at this
that's
point,
fucked.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember I literally just saw it today, but I'll skip to when Natalie's now possessed and she just goes ham with the nail gun.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
god.
Yeah.
I was like,
And he's like got him in his arm
yeah,
and
all in
shit.
his
Yeah.
arm. Like everybody,
Goes
him and David just get all nailed up.
gets his hand stuck to his chest.
Yeah.
He's like
Oh,
eternally doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
that's funny. But no, so before that, Eric was like explaining to David, was like, dude, we have to like get rid of this, but the only way to do it is three specific ways: dismemberment,
Yep.
live burial, and then burning alive.
Yeah.
That's when Natalie walks in and just
Yeah.
fucking nail guns everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what else. And then David got the shotgun. Yeah, like dude, Natalie was going ham on Eric with the
Yeah.
fucking fire thing, just with one hand too. I was like,
Fire thing.
yeah, what they used to like for wood fireplaces, the metal.
Oh no, that was a crowbar.
That was a crowbar.
You remember in the very beginning when they walk in and they're like, "It looks like this place got broken into," and they throw that metal thing. That's a crowbar.
Oh, that was like I don't know what that was, but okay, it makes sense. Goes ham on Eric with the crowbar. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
this guy's dead. He's like
Yeah.
he's getting hit in the face, like in the
Yeah.
head,
Like he was. Yeah. I think Eric took more of a beating than anybody. Kind of deservedly
anybody.
because it's his fault. So. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. So then, um, Eric's beaten to death pretty much, and then David shoots Natalie's arm off, and then is like, "What did my arm? What happened to me?" Right, and goes back to normal and like goes up to
Yeah.
like David, and
She
like
like
crawls
fucking
up.
slithers on the
Yeah,
ground.
slithers up to David. I was like, "Dude, bad
Yeah.
idea. Like he's gonna get fucked." But then nothing happens.
Yeah. I thought she was gonna like bite him or some
Yeah, I thought
shit,
he was
but
gonna
she
bite him in the
like
balls or something. I was like, "Oh,
yeah. I was waiting for some crazy shit, but like the demon just decided to like let her go and she just
hmm
fucking slithered into his lap and
yeah,
just died. Nails in her face and shit, like oh.
yeah." So then at that point, Eric,
Oh, when she was saying, "Why does my face hurt?"
yeah,
Oh,
why is my? Oh, I was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, she like nails herself. Like David
yeah,
starts
like
doing to
all over her
everybody.
face. Like, "Why does my face
Yeah,
hurt?"
yeah. Then
That was pretty sad.
David takes Eric up to like the Jeep and is like, "Stay here. I'm gonna finish this," sort of thing. And then I wrote down, so he decides to burn Olivia, um, chop up Natalie, and then saves live burial for his sister. But I
Oh, wait, really? Wait, he burns Olivia. Let me think about this.
he takes the canister and goes in the bathroom
Okay.
and burns. Then takes Natalie's body and with a chainsaw just chops it all up. and then
I don't remember that part. Huh. Okay.
he's
Keep
described
going.
three specific ways, and so I didn't know. I don't think you had to do all three of those. I think
Yeah, I didn't think so either. That's why I don't remember what you're saying. I was like, I don't remember. I guess I don't know. I'm not doubting you. I'm just saying I don't
yeah,
remember.
but he saves the live barrel for his sister, and I was like, if you didn't have to do all three of those, you could have just burned those two people. Like you could just burn Olivia and all three of them for that matter. But
Yeah. Well,
later,
he does like kerosene the whole house, and then he gets apprehensive because he's like afraid that he doesn't want to kill his sister.
yeah, that's what at first I wrote. David makes it harder by choosing to do live burial rather than burning because he was about to do it, but
Yeah.
then like Mia slings like the lullaby, and
Yeah.
he's like, I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, why did you do that? But then later I was like, oh, he's gonna try and save her after
Yeah.
he's like saved her from being possessed.
Yeah. Okay. Here's for me what happens just next when they're doing like the building montage of his little defibrillator thing with the car battery.
Yeah,
This is where the movie completely fell off for me. I was like, what the
really,
fuck? Yeah, I was like, this is like I don't want to say but like in the moment, like I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, yeah,
I
from this moment, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
right, and
I
like
thought the building montage was so corny. Like, oh
it was a
god.
callback to the first that's the second movie.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a
Maybe
callback
if
to
I had
that.
the background, that would have been a different
But
opinion. But
like the montage of that, it feels slapstick and sort of,
yeah,
it fits better with the second movie and how it does it. And I was like,
yeah,
I noticed that montage, and I was like, all right, it's a
yeah,
callback, but like,
yeah,
what he's doing is kind of stupid.
yeah. I thought that I get okay. So if I remove, well, I can't remove myself from my own experience. Like I haven't seen the original ones, so like
Yeah,
I'm gonna retain like the rating that I gave, which we'll talk about at the end. But like, also like the fact that I don't know, just like hooking up a needle to a car battery, like that's not gonna do it. Like I don't know. I thought that was so dumb. Like I know it's a movie, it's supposed to be stupid, but like I thought it was like too stupid. So
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
At that moment I was like, okay,
I was like,
come on.
that just looks too stupid to like.
It looked too corny. I
It
was
looked
like,
too
oh
corny. I
god.
was like, all right, it
Yeah.
feels like making some sort of like weapon thing. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I thought that for a minute, like I don't know, like what he was doing, but like it was such a weird shift. Like, bro went from like this survival movie to like, oh, now all of a sudden he has like all this time to like go to the shed and like build this contraption, and he has no experience like with engineering or like.
Yeah, so
So
it definitely was
my
like
brain just
weird.
didn't want to let that one slide.
Yeah, I definitely get that. And so then
Yeah.
he goes after Mia to try and save her by doing the live burial and everything.
Yes.
Um I didn't like when he got down to like the part where she was in the cellar with all the water.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like how they did too many cuts in there. Like you just see her
Yeah.
coming towards David, then they cuts to him flying to a wall like three
Yeah.
times. I was like, that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of dumb. I didn't like
Yeah,
that.
that's like cheap action scene making because like a long time ago before I mean like not like I'm a movie guy now, but like we're that's the point of what we're doing now is like we're trying to get more involved in that. But I saw a video about how even in the 70s and the 80s in like Jackie Chan's like golden age, like his action scenes were so like there were no cuts, like and it was like you could see every impact and it's
Yeah,
like really well done. And like a really cheap way to do action scenes is to right before cut, impact, fly, So there's
yeah.
like yeah. So
And
that I agree. That is kind
it's
of cheap.
happened three times in a row where like he
Yeah.
gets thrown into the wall, but it cuts to him being thrown into the wall. Like we don't
Yeah.
see it happening. I was like, that's kind of
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
And then and like Mia's like drowning him to death. I was like, "Ah, dude, he's dead. Like he's dead.
Right.
But then cliche like Eric shows up out of nowhere
Yeah,
and just over the head or something knocks her out.
yeah.
I don't know what he
That was
used.
like that was kind of like
I was like,
me
how is he
furthering.
alive? How is he
Yeah.
standing? That's what I said. I literally said that out loud. Like, how is he standing?
Yeah.
Also, his hand was like split down almost halfway
Yeah,
down the
man.
middle.
When he got hit,
Yeah, with the
oh my
crowbar. I
God.
was like,
Yeah.
how did you have enough force to knock that demon
Yeah.
unconscious?
Yeah. Because yeah, that point and the car battery thing, those were the two moments where I was like, what the fuck? Like, come on. I was
Yeah,
like, come on. Like I
right,
lost all immersion at that. I was like,
right,
come on, guys. Like what are we doing?
right.
What
And
are we doing?
I don't know. So then,
Yeah.
but then at some point when he like whacks Mia, he got stabbed. I didn't see that happen.
I'm trying to
He got
remember.
stabbed
I
with
don't
the box
remember.
cutter. Mia stabbed him with the box cutter, but like,
Oh, and it was like in him. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember. Okay, yep,
that
yep.
kills him. That like
Yeah, after all the other shit, nothing
that's what kills
damaged
him.
him. Yeah.
I was like, okay, right, and then he like slowly like puts him into the water. I was like, all right, it's a little more dramatic. I was like, there's no way he's gonna put him into water. I was like, he's a
Yeah.
dick if he does that. And he's like, I was like, all right, what you what do you what's it called? The Catholic thing where they're like in the
Oh,
water.
Baptist.
Yeah, you go to baptism,
Like dumping his
right?
head in.
Right. In a way, like
Yeah.
I'll get to it later. Then
Yeah.
and like he like wraps me up. David like takes me, wraps her up, starts to bury her. I liked when like she was like she was like fucking with him, or I was like don't bury me, right? Like, and he's like, you're not her. And just
Yeah.
kept going. It's like, I'll eat your soul. Like, she like
Yeah.
demon starts saying stuff.
And then she started breathing really hard.
Yeah, I was like,
She's
I was like, I
like,
don't know how you did that.
David, why can't I breathe?
It's like,
I can't breathe. I can't move. And then she gets worse and worse. And then right before the dirt covers her, she's like,
yeah. I was like, oh, that
yeah,
was good, right? Buries her, then and then and that fire from that tree just immediately wins out, and then that's when he knows. That's when he knows like it worked.
oh,
I was like, was he doing a Black Ops 3 like Easter egg, zombies Easter egg,
yeah.
bro? I was like, I was like,
I
how
couldn't
did you know
figure out
that
what
was
the
worked?
fire was about.
It just
It was like
happened.
marking the burial spot. I was
I
like, what? Like,
guess
yeah,
it just
I
sort of
don't
just
know.
happened.
Yeah, that
Lightning
was
just
kind of
strikes the
unexplained.
tree.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was supposed to be meant for something, but yeah, it goes out, and then that's when he's like, "Oh, it worked!" Like, and then he starts to
yeah,
revive her. I was like, "Dude, if this
yeah. With his
works
fucking car battery
with his,
invention. Yeah,
yeah."
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah,
And then I would have been happy if like he actually failed at doing that, and like Mia didn't actually
yeah,
like get revived.
yeah,
But like he like admits that he, like it didn't work, starts to walk away, and then she just stands up. At that point, I was
yeah.
like, Mia alive? I don't think so. And I thought there's something
I
more
was,
to
yeah.
it.
I had the same thought. I was like, Mia's like she's back in like nice girl mode when the demon's still there, like
Yeah,
inside her. But I was wrong.
yeah. Same. I was like, okay, she's actually back. All
Hmm.
right. I guess these two will they go to leave, and then fucking and I wrote, oh shit, Eric. After like he just stabs David in the fucking throat, and Eric, the possessed Eric is different than the other demon. He doesn't say anything. He just kind of stands there and
Yeah,
just.
he's kind of yeah. I
I was
see
like,
that. Yeah.
that's interesting. But I also don't know how he got possessed. But in the original movie, like it's like an evil spirit was released, and like
Yeah.
whatever the demon like, because you see you, there's different points when Mia was getting chased in the beginning where the camera was just like trying to like chasing her and stuff. That's how you
Hmm.
do like like the evil spirit or like the demon was like kind of chasing
Yeah, it
her.
was like spinning and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
when they use that camera technique.
Yeah,
They use that a
that
lot
is
in
a
the
good
first
one.
two movies,
Yeah.
and I didn't like for people who like. Do you know how he got possessed? Like with how we've seen it, like somebody got bitten, somebody got vomited on,
Yeah.
and somebody just got like tree raped, and like that's how you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that makes sense why they're possessed. But
Right.
Eric just got stabbed to our like we just see him just getting stabbed, and now he's a
Yeah.
demon.
I
I was
think that was another hole in like
yeah.
this last third. Like the car battery, the Eric being alive, and then the Eric being repossessed vibe. Like, mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was weird. I was like, didn't like that. But um, and and then let me see. So yeah, then like David's like, get out of here, Mia, and gives her the car keys. Like, get out of here, and like gets the gun, shoots the gas container, which still has gas in it, by the way. Like how much they used a lot of gas.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole movie, there's still that should be being picky, but like shoots it,
Yeah.
house explodes, the house is on
Yep.
fire and everything. Uh and then I was like, all right, now it's done. And then the girl and the girl from the intro just comes out and is like, "Where are you, little bitch?" or something like that.
Yeah.
And like
Hmm.
I wrote, okay, and then it starts raining blood. I was like, okay, final boss
Yeah.
type shit, right? That's what I
Yeah.
wrote.
Exactly. Yep. Hmm.
I was like, I was like, it's the last stage of. It's what the books. I'm assuming it's like the last step of this whole getting rid of the demon sort of thing, or I don't know, but like,
Well, no, it was the last step of the demon being unleashed because when
oh
the demon
yeah,
kills 5 people, then it can come out.
but oh, their souls got like, oh, is it killed or like when the demon kills five people when they have the demon has five souls?
I don't know if that
I
makes a
don't know,
difference or not. I
but
don't
I
know.
mean, this five. I was counting. I was like, wait a minute, Mia's alive, and
Right.
oh, but then and then we see David get like possessed at the very end, right before like while he's getting burned, we see his eyes turn and he's a demon, but he's getting burned alive. So I
Hmm.
guess that makes David, Eric, Olivia, Natalie, and the girl from the beginning, but
I
she was
guess
burned alive.
she got burned. Yeah. So maybe it counts because Olivia, maybe it's 5 souls taken, but not like the people don't have to die.
But Mia's soul was her soul back because she's
I don't
normal.
know.
So I
I
mean,
don't
if
know.
we count that girl from the beginning, I guess.
Yeah.
But we also are. I don't know. That's just me being picky. But like they have this whole boss fight and everything,
Yeah.
right? And I kind of liked how like desperate like they got with me and like the camera work and everything. So I got
Yeah.
into the walls of the shed and everything.
Yeah.
And
With the
stab. Yeah,
machete
the
cutting her
machete.
knee open and
Yeah,
shit.
I was
Yeah,
like, whoa, it's
that
gruesome. I
was
was like,
pretty gross.
and
Yeah.
then, dude, when she escapes and like has enough fuel for the chainsaw, the fucking jeep falls on top of
Oh,
her.
on her hand.
Yeah, she had the
Oh.
tear apart. She's like, I like how she's just like, fuck this shit, I'm ready, and just tears apart her hand and just, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Rips it
I,
out. Yeah. Like
I
damn.
dig that.
Yeah.
Right, stops raining, everything, and like that girl's like the final demon body, girl's body was just kind of like
Colin.
disintegrates, falls into like the earth, and
Oh,
just kind of like boils the blood.
don't forget the corniest line in the whole movie when she puts the chainsaw on his head. She says, "Feast on this, motherfucker." You remember that? I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, what am I watching?"
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Like
that
they
was so
they
bad.
aimed this remake to be more serious, but you can't do that if you include like
Shit like that.
They wanted callbacks to, like the first two
Yeah,
movies, but at what cost? Because it just sounds too cheesy now.
yeah, dude. Like, cause that was like the nail in the coffin. Like the last third was so corny. Like, with the car battery, the guy coming back to life, and then the last dialogue line. I was like, what is this? Like the
Yeah.
beginning I think did a better job at the seriousness. Um but the end just like blew it out of the park,
Yeah.
man. That shit was like
Like,
so outrageous. Like,
I
please
like
stop, motherfucker.
you're
Oh,
definitely gonna. I think you'll like the 1981 Evil Dead more because like you can tell pretty much. I don't know from the get go, but like you can just tell like it's aimed to be more like it has a slapstick element to it.
yeah, like that's the point. Like that's
Yeah, and so there's
fine.
not these.
It's okay if that's the point, but
That's the
like
point, and
this
then
movie
it's
is like trying to be serious, but it's failing.
yeah,
Like,
like
yeah,
the effects and everything like brings the serious nature to it, but then like the choices they make with the characters and what they say and what
yeah,
they do is like it's a
yeah,
little bit more. Uh,
yeah. Silly.
but that yeah, we ran through the whole plot of the movie,
Yep.
and definitely callbacks to the first two movies, like I mentioned. Trying to remember
Yep.
anymore. I mean, Chainsaw, The Hand, um, the one-liners, but didn't they weren't executed very well because it's not that
No.
kind of movie. It's not like it's not one of those like if it's like one cool one-liner in this movie, fine. But there's like
Yeah.
three or four.
Yeah. And they were
With the
not.
choices they made already, I was like,
Yeah.
took me out.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Yeah. Yep.
All right,
What's your final rating?
I was thinking about that the whole time.
Yeah.
Initially I was gonna give this like just an 8 because of
Okay.
like the story. I mean, compared to the Evil Dead I saw already, like no, with me knowing that I've already seen the first three movies, and since
Mhm.
seeing this, I was like, I see what they were going for.
Okay.
If they just made decisions differently with some some characters and what they did, I would give it an yeah 8 for me. But from
All
your
right.
point of view of like those dumb decisions they made
Yeah.
and like the dialogue and like everything, like the drug addiction and everything, I would give this a
Yeah.
7 from that point of view.
Okay. I gotcha.
What would you give
Okay.
it?
I gave it a 6. So a
Ooh,
6 in my scale means good.
yeah.
So 5 is mid, 4 is bad, 6 is good, 7 is great. So I gave it a 6 because like will I look back on this experience fondly? Like yes, like it was good, it was engaging, it was gross, but the 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 corny elements kept it from getting anywhere close to being something amazing. Like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
too many cliches, too many or like super convenient plot points, too much corny shit in the last third. So yeah, that's why it gets a 6. It's a good movie, but it's not blowing me away in any way at all.
Yeah.
So
And I'm looking through all these questions, and I'm like, I don't think this is the kind of movie to answer some of these analysis questions.
yeah, I was trying to pick some thematic thing out, but I don't think there is anything.
It's
I
not
really
trying to
don't.
be that kind of movie
No, it
either.
doesn't have to either. You
Yeah.
don't need to have commentary for your art to have a
Yeah.
an interesting
It's
vibe to it.
it's just straightforward, and I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. Um, I will tell you my
Yeah. What
meme
is it?
theme now because like so okay, so Eric is a teacher, right? Okay, so I thought this is a this is not what I actually think. I just thought this was a joke that I came up with. But so Eric is a teacher.
Yeah.
So this movie is about the consequences of not reading the directions on a test.
My. Oh my god, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because what does Eric do? He's a teacher. He is supposed to know that you're supposed to read the directions, and he's
Yeah.
in the book, and it says, do not do this. And then he does it anyway, and then everything gets fucked up.
Yep.
So this
I
is
like that.
about test taking. This is about test
The movie's
taking.
about
That's what
test
this movie's
taking.
about. Yeah.
It's about reading. reading carefully. It's the theme.
Yeah. Read the instructions. That's the lesson from Evil Dead.
I like that. So what is your takeaway from this movie? Do you recommend
Um,
people go watch this, and but with what
yeah,
kind of context?
go watch it if you want to see a lot of gross shit and be really anxious and upset, like because it's intense and there's a lot of yucky, horrible things. Don't watch this if you're looking for something deeper than just like a gore experience.
Mm-hmm. Same.
But it's definitely fun. It's a fun watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I would say definitely a good watch.
Yep.
I would say to watch the first at least two movies before watching this one.
Yeah, I think that's important for sure.
Would you, so for our next one, so the first two movies aren't very long movies at all.
Mm.
Let me check how long Evil Dead 2013 was. 13 runtime.
It was an hour and 34 minutes, I think. Or it
Oh,
says 91 minutes on Rate
91
Your
minutes.
Music here.
Really?
Yeah.
Evil Dead movie. Let's see the other ones. So the first two are 86 minutes and 84 minutes.
Okay.
So they're not very long movies. So you want to watch what we can do? Well, I wonder if Evil Dead Rise is like kind of more a sequel to that, or is it just another movie in the universe sort of thing? Let's
Um,
see.
well,
Evil Dead Rise connected. It's a standalone sequel. This is weird. Screen Rant has this picture of Resident Evil Afterlife 3D. Oh,
what?
I think it's an ad. It's an ad. Never mind.
Oh, okay. I
Evil
was
Dead
like,
Rise
what?
is a standalone sequel following as she faces visitors and the kids is connected to the previous four Evil Dead movies through. Okay, so the only thing that's common in Evil Dead Rise is the Necronomicon, which is the Book of the
Oh,
Dead.
the book.
The
Yep.
book, yeah.
Okay.
So I guess you don't have to see this movie, Evil Dead Rise 2013, Evil Dead 2013, to see Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it up to you. Do you want to see this? Just came out a couple months ago, I think. Evil Dead
March
Rise,
15th, I got.
yeah. Or do
Yeah.
you want to go through Evil Dead 1, 2, Army of Darkness, then Evil Dead Rise?
Hmm. I kind of want to do the new one. Because the poster is interesting me.
Dude, the title crawl, I saw the title crawl on Twitter. Amazing. Like, it's really good. Like, when they introduce,
Yeah.
like, the Evil Dead Rise, right? Cool. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Evil Dead
yeah,
Rise.
let's do, yep. Okay. And I will put that in the collection, write a short review. Yeah. I don't know what to title my review. Let's see. A movie about taking tests. No.
um, remake up to snuff? Question mark? I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good tape. I like that.
But, yep, that is our discussion about Evil Dead 2013. Our next one will be Evil Dead Rise. My girlfriend wanted to see that one, so definitely excited to see that. I think we can. You think we can rent it?
Let's take a look here.
Because movies are like coming out, and the ability to rent them and like watch from home, they're like very close from release than it usually has been.
Let's see. Ooh, that was loud.
Oh
Buy
wait,
or rent. Damn, rent for $20? That's insane.
might as well go to the
Holy
movie
shit.
theaters.
For real. That's outrageous.
Hmm.
That's fucking expensive. Hold on. Damn, that's insane.
Hmm. Not a direct sequel to 2013. Okay.
I don't know. We'll
Huh.
figure it out after we're off the air.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But that is our discussion. Any last words?
No, it's a fun one. Give it a
Yep.
watch.
Yep. Go follow.
See some yucky stuff. Yeah.
Go follow Eddie on Instagram of Synesthesia and on Rate Your Music. He's doing very
Yep.
critically thoughtful reviews of music and now movies.
Yes. Now movies. Yeah. Recent music reviews. I got some some progressive rock from the late '60s with In the Court of the Crimson King. That's a pretty classic album. A lot of people on the music side of the internet will talk about that. I got a short little goth rock album. Pretty fun. Pretty gruff, brutal vocals. And then a live one from Black Country New Road, who I've talked about before. Their new live album, which features some new material after the departure of their lead singer Isaac. So take a look at those three. Those are my most recent ones.
Check those out. Check those out. Um, I've not been posting at all to like YouTube. I I have not even touched Fire Emblem Engage because I do want to continue the playthrough on that. But like,
Yeah.
we'll see after May. When we get into June, is when I'll reevaluate that because that's when my deadline for the bachelor's program is up, and I can for my portfolio, and if I get in or not, I'll definitely wanna focus on that because I only have 10 days now before I have to submit that. Close to
Yeah.
getting my 10, but still working on it, and I will see then. I also have a new job, so my schedule will be different. I won't have this lull in the middle of the day. I'll work
Mm,
from a one shift kind of thing now.
yeah.
That's right. My last day at my other job was Thursday, last Thursday.
Nice.
Yep.
New
So
chapter
that's
begins.
right, and new chapter begins. I got a bandana with all the kids' names on it. So like it's a
Oh, that's
memento.
nice.
A memento,
That's a
yeah.
good memory. Yeah.
But yep, check that out. Follow me on Twitter. I've been posting a bunch of Midnight Sun stuff. I'm gonna send you the screenshots I took, dude. I love
Okay.
it. So yep, but have a good day, week, month, and year, everybody.
The
Bye.